Hi there, this is Ricardo, and I'm going to talk about the Yucatan cenotes report card. So first of all, what are cenotes? Cenotes are geologic features within the karstic regions. They are cavities in the rock, on the rock, that might look circular or semicircular. They have different characteristics between them, so each cenote is different from another. Technically, they are known as the line or karstic lakes, but despite the differences between them, there are four types of cenotes according to the morphology or state of the opening process. The first one is the plate-shaped cenote. The second, the cylindrical cenote. There is also a jug-shaped cenote, and there are also cenotes within caves. The distribution of the cenotes is have a scatter pattern, so there are a lot of them. Also here in Quintana Roo, and there is no final number of how many cenotes are out there, but some people say that maybe above 6,000 cenotes to 10,000 cenotes in whole Yucatan Peninsula region. Well, the characteristics of here of Yucatan Peninsula region is that there is few rivers. The Yucatan state doesn't have any river. All water flows below surface, so you cannot see how it's moving the water. However, water moves from the center to the periphery. That means from the high grounds here to lowlands. There is just one aquifer here in the Yucatan state, and the population here is about 2 million people. Around 65% of population is indigenous people. Well, which are the values of the cenotes? The first one, I think that they are a special microclimate, and also they have special vegetation conditions. Also, they are the main source of water in rural populations. They are habitat for aquatic species in the region. They are also a key habitat for pollinating species. They are ancestral tradition sites. They are archaeological and paleontological interest sites, and they are potential touristic places. So on the contrary, the threats are the use of septic tanks and the poor drainage system, the clandestine and outdoor dumps, also the presence and growth of swine and poultry industry, the population growth, deforestation and growth of the urban sprawl, unregulated wells on the aquifer, lack of reuse and treatment of industrial and urban wastewater, lack of precise hydrogeology information of the aquifer, and little population awareness of what's happening in the aquifer. Here is a comparison between 2015 and 2017 of touristic cenotes. You can see a lot of changes happening in just 2 years. Cenotes are growing. Touristic cenotes are growing here. So indicators, I thought about 4 main categories. Within the water category, maybe the use of a TRIX index, also the number of lotic or lentic cenotes according to Smith-Soto. The eutrix, that means the eutrophication risk index. And for the biodiversity, maybe the number of cenotes with pollinating species, the number of cenotes with endangered species, community category, maybe the number of cenotes for Mayan rituals, the number of people related or working with touristic cooperatives. And in tourism category group, we can use the number of cenotes with touristic use in each region and the amount of people in the cenotes in each region. Well, about the thresholds of each indicator, I really don't know what threshold is the best, or I don't know really the thresholds of each indicator, preliminary indicator. And also for the calculation, I need the help of the stakeholders and colleagues that may solve which region is better for the calculation and for the methodology. So now I don't have any clue of this. Well, for the communication, well, I expect that the launch event might be on September 27, the World Tourism Day, as a reminder, as a warning sign for the use of cenotes for touristic purposes. First of all, we need to communicate well, widely also, to foster and to citizen science, and also to foster gatherings and reunions between stakeholders. Well, for our project, we thought about 30 stakeholders for the project, and also respect a balanced representation of each sector for the government, civil society, academia, and private sector. About the timeline of the project, well, this is an ambitious timeline. This is just 12 months for the report card. Well, so we need to work a lot to accomplish this time. Here is the detail of activities within 12 months. So it will be an intensive year. However, this is just a proposal, a preliminary timeline. And well, finally, the roadblocks are skepticism about the usefulness of the tool, delays in dates of organization with the stakeholders, and restriction on access or lack of key information. Possible solutions are wide demonstration of different report cards and its uses for positive changes, the strict deadlines for email replies, and clear communication about the uses of information and their importance for the project. So there are a lot of challenges here in the Yucatan Peninsula region and for the cenotes. So thanks for your time.